I would like to give you an overview of where our progress monitoring sheets are for Bridges Intervention. There were some that were revised in the spring of 2020, and those are all housed if you start at the curriculum web page and then go into supplemental resources, into math interventions. And aside from a lot of other things, the progress monitoring tools are listed here. So these progress monitoring by skill over time are the ones that are new this year. The ones that were used last year are still linked as progress monitoring by volume, or you could do it by module. You'll notice that all of the skills have now been kind of sorted into kindergarten standards, first grade standards, second grade standards, or into the money fractions, decimals, or multiplication division sheets. So we'll look at grade 1. These would be the grade 1 standards. And for all of them, just like the grading docs, you would add in the students' names on tab 1. You wouldn't add that into any other tab, and those would then auto-populate into all of the other tabs. The second one is where all the information, all of your data would be compiled. And the tabs that follow that are all of our tabs by volume and module. So here's volume 1, module 3, volume 1, module 4. So all of the volumes and modules that would be appropriate to first grade standards and would have scores that then should be tracked over time to see how kids are developing these skills and understandings would be here. If they are not appropriate for first grade, they would not be listed here. And there are, as you can see, there are a number of volumes and modules that do address the first grade standards. So if I look in, if I'm scoring my students on volume 1, module 3, and I can add in their scores here, just like the other ones. This is going to color code and tabulate for me. And then all of these scores are going to populate into this one. So I didn't put scores in for Larry yet, and we don't have a score here for Tabitha, but oops, let me go back in here. So these first columns are all kindergarten standards, and so they are not going to go onto your compilation tab. This one is a first grade standard, and so then the scores here then would be transferred onto that this. So this comes from column E in volume 1, module 3. Let's click on this one. You'll notice that there's volume 1, module 3, and from column E, there were a total of 2 points that the students could get, and so 2 points would give you green. The color coding also is shown here. I'm also able from this tab, as well as the other one, I can sort the information. Oops, sort the other way. So I can do from high to low or low to high. And then I also can, if I want to look at this one, I can sort it there, and it will keep it with the right student. So again, you'll see if you're assessing writing numerals to 30 or more, and that's being assessed in volume 1, module 3, 4, 5, and 6, then I could see on that one skill how my child is progressing. you'll see that the skill category kind of gives you general categories, the specific skill, the Common Core, and Minnesota State Standard. And then this one, this row is really important when that skill is being assessed in the grade level core curriculum. And so we wouldn't want our intervention teachers to be intervening and then hoping to reach mastery on a concept that hasn't even been taught or assessed in the core. As I mentioned, you can also use this sorting feature within here as well. All right, a couple of things to show you. Again, back here, there's a direction sheet that's here in this folder, or you can also find it linked here. And this would be helpful for math specialists as well as our supplemental programs teachers if they wanted to add in any kind of formatting or understand the formatting that's in there. So some of these things I've already mentioned. I do want to mention if you want to add in a filter, that's how you do that. This adding sheet protection is important because after you make a copy of mine, because you'll be forced, this one you have viewing rights only to, so you'll have to make a copy for your school, then you'll notice that I have my compilation tab locked. So there are protections on it so that someone couldn't go in here. Well, there you go. I think I can change it, but someone else who was trying to do it wouldn't be able to. So bad. Sorry about that. But if you want to protect your sheets so that only certain people can enter data, then I've given you that those directions here about clicking into the tab you want to protect, and then adding in that sheet protection, setting your permissions, and indicating the people that you would like to have rights. If you're interested in the formatting colors, number one, if they're not working correctly, you can let me know, but that is explained here, and how you can add in formatting into a cell if you're interested in that. As I mentioned, you want to add student names into that first tab and enter the student scores into the feeder tabs, not into the compilation tab. And if you add in something, if you put something in incorrectly, you'll want to use the delete key to take it out. So then that's going to work the best instead of using the space bar. Okay. I also wanted to briefly mention, go back here, the intervention tracker. There was need for schools to keep track of students who might have been in the same volume and module more than one time, or you want to keep track of all of a grade level in one view. So I'll show you this one. So here you can put the students' names in here, and then you can add them more than once, and so that you'll be able to see if they have been in the same intervention more than one time. This I've given you a direction sheet here for the intervention tracker, but so these have some options. this one. So right now it's just supplemental programs teacher 1, 2, and 3. And if you want to change those to the names of your teachers who are going to be doing kindergarten interventions, see, these are here's first grade, and here's second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. Then this direction sheet will let you know how you can edit a drop-down list. So change those supplemental teacher 1, 2, and 3 to the last names or the names of the teachers that you have doing interventions. You also may want to add in a drop-down menu. Maybe you want to, if you're working on different kinds of multiplication story problems, maybe you want those to be your drop-downs, so you can track that specifically. You're welcome to add different drop-downs into your comments or into another column. So that's there. So if you have questions about any of these progress monitoring sheets, please let me know. This is Beth Engman. You can contact me via email or phone. 61136 is my extension, and I'm happy to help you create sheets that are going to meet the needs of your staff.